Washington State, Burlington, Edison, be real, be live in sunny SoCal. That's all. My fellow women, my fellow people, and I encourage you all to always thing at our disposal.
Xin chào các anh chị dành đến tôi. Thank you. Hôm nay we are here with Ken Duong. Ken Duong is đấy là foremost expert on U.S. Vietnam trade attorney luật sư. He is here to share with us how he is able to go from the United States to come from Vietnam and also connect the communities together. He is someone here who owns this lovely barcodes, and he's really going to open up our minds to what it's like being a businessman who's a global person with family, how he lives his life, and really why he enjoys doing what he does. So, welcome to the Tom Jones Show, Ken.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I mean, your life is extremely interesting, and hopefully my life will be interesting. Then we can share interesting stories of people living around the world.
That's right.
I'm so happy to get the chance to talk to you and your audience on the Tom Jones Show.
Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. We're excited because we're going to go into a lovely little setup that he has for us for the show to really talk more and get more cozy. Can you tell us where we are today and where this establishment that belongs to you, how does this fit in the community here?
Sure. So this is so we have this 4-story building, and so at the bottom, considered like a vertical campus. Many companies have coffee shops for their reception area.
Okay.
And then our second floor is our bar.
Okay.
Whiskey Cigar Lounge.
Love it.
Which
Okay.
serves as my VIP meeting room.
Okay.
And the top 2 floors are our offices for a few of my companies.
Okay.
So we have about 40 people up there.
Okay.
And yeah, so treated like a vertical campus.
A vertical campus. I like that.
Here in District 1, where most of our clients are.
Yes.
International companies and Vietnamese companies.
Yes.
So I get to drink coffee, and then in the evening we just have some whiskey.
I love that.
And then we'll have some coffee cocktails.
Oh my gosh.
That's the next combo that we're doing. Coffee cocktails.
Coffee cocktails? Well, listen, you're about to see a whole lot of good things. I love this idea of a vertical campus. Coffee, the bar, and the offices. It's kind of like all enclosed in one spot.
Right.
I love that. We need that in the States more because it really creates an environment of business, but also social life as well, which I really appreciate. So when we return, we're going to be in the bar aspect of Ken's establishment here, his campus, because Ken is a global man and he's starting big things. And we're going to talk a little bit more about you, okay?
Sure.
Sounds good. Awesome. We'll see you guys when we get back. See you soon.
Born to a mother of 13 years old, not knowing where my life would lead, I went to college. I achieved my goals. I became a community leader to inspire others to live their truth abundantly and without reservation. Along my journey, I have been so gifted and blessed to have the love of a magnificent fiance, and we stand together as individuals determined to show that empathy and love can sing from the rooftops.
I am your assemblywoman. I am the woman that's going to protect our environment, because protecting our beautiful coastline is an investment.
With me in Sacramento, that I bring the necessary resources and funds we need to our beautiful Orange County coastline, that we are thriving and that we have every single economic resource to make this a beautiful, prosperous community. I am proud to be your next assemblywoman.
Xin chào and welcome back to the show. So here we are continuing our discussion with Ken Duong, really about now moving into spirituality. And what I can see about Ken is that Ken có nhiều thanh, he has a lot of spirit, and I want to talk about that more. So Ken, if you can share with us in the realm of business, because a lot of people don't connect business and spirituality, but we've been discussing, and I think they do, we know they connect. So really spirituality often plays a very strong role. Are there spiritual principles that guide you and your decision-making process as it comes to your business strategies and your relationships with those that you collaborate with?
So actually, coming from the United States or being educated in the U.S., they don't actually teach you too much about spirituality.
Right.
You have to really discover it yourself.
That's true.
And then being an attorney, I'm very focused on numbers, and then science, and everything has to be proof. So for the longest time being in the US, I didn't believe in feng shui, didn't believe in the essence of having to know which direction or when to open or when to not open your business, when to close deals, and all that things you would learn, Bazi, feng shui, here a ton of different names for spirituality. But when I moved back here, then I started noticing a lot more. And then I had to change within my business practice. Wow. Then within the last 3 years, where my wife has become a lot more spiritual, she has her own spiritual coach or fortune teller, and it's called Kinh. So Kinh, looking at your name, and then we went to Bazi as well. To look at your name, your astrological state, and even to your fingerprints. I mean, there's so many ways to tell and predict your personality and your future that are using more spiritual components. And even in our movie business, we have to decide when we're gonna cúng in order to start. Phải cúng before you start the movie. Trước khi bấm máy, and then when do you finish? Which days you should shoot.
Wow, it all matters.
It all even impacted our real estate business when we help people buy homes.
How does that? Yeah, tell us.
So in the U.S. we have the MLS. We actually don't give you. The one thing that every Vietnamese asks is, which direction is the house? Hướng gì? Bắc, Trung, Nam, Bắc, Nam, Bắc, Trung.
North, south, east, west.
Because it's very important for them.
Right.
Because each person has a hướng. Tốt hơn.
Yes.
Right? So MLS doesn't give you the hướng.
No, it doesn't.
Actually,
MLS, we need an update. I've dealt with MLS.
You need the Asian update version of your directions for the Asian buyers.
Oh, it's so funny.
Well, the Chinese buy over $13 billion of real estate in the U.S. every year.
Yes,
the Vietnamese over about $1.3 billion. So, so maybe MLS, you should, or ARIA.
Maybe you should. I don't think a lot of people. 1.3 million the Vietnamese buy in the U.S.
No, $1.3 billion of real estate per year.
Per year?
Per year in the U.S.
I don't think many people know about that.
China buys over $13 billion for real estate in the U.S. every year.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We do the investment immigration program to the United States, which actually impacts a lot on federal law.
Okay.
Did you know you can buy U.S. citizenship for $800,000 US?
What?
So any foreigner can give the U.S. government $800,000 and buy U.S. citizenship for their entire family.
I did not know this.
The EB-5 Investor Visa Program. It's
This
been
is an
around
actual
since
federal
1990.
program.
Since 1990.
Wow. Well, you heard it from Ken Duong, okay? And we'll make sure we fact check. It'll be down below. But are you serious? Wow, that's incredible.
Right. So with that said, and the Chinese are the largest investor in the immigration program, EB-5. Vietnam is top 3. So there are 10,000 applications per year, which is the quota, times 800,000 is $8 billion US per year brought in by these foreigners. And then the MLS can't even give them a feng shui direction to buy the real estate.
Give them a direction option to buy real estate. No, you know what, and what you're expressing right now, just on an economic level, is the global connection and relationship between the Vietnamese community and the American community. I think this is important to spread this information. I don't think a lot of people understand and have the concept that it is that big of a market, immigration. That's amazing.
And then when President Biden came here, they signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement, which is the highest level of bilateral trade cooperation. And only 5 other countries have that.
And I must say, I will say this, I am very, very happy about that. I'm very happy because when Biden, he just came to Vietnam, and when he signed that and created that collaboration, I was just walking down the street, and an he came up to me, he was like, hello, he was like, you're American, and now we love Americans. He was like, we have a good relationship, you know what I mean?
Right. It's solidified.
It's solidified, exactly.
Codified.
Yes.
We're going to do business together.
Oh, I love that. I love
that. There's a commitment of over $1 trillion of direct and indirect economic impact for Vietnam.
Correct.
From the United States for the next 10 years.
That
$1 trillion US.
And you know what? For the next 10 years, as this goes better and better, it's only going to set up the partnership to continue to grow and build out, to be more inclusive, more global, more harmonious for the Vietnamese and here. Oh my gosh, I love that. I would love to see even more Vietnamese come to America. I really would. I really would love to see that. And I would love to see Vietnamese come over here too. Yeah. Just, you know, again, that Ket home, that unity. Just, we're working together, we're crossing the big lake, the big Pacific lake. Yes. So let's dive into principles then. So could you share maybe 1 or 2 or 3 core principles and values that are important for you in your business? Just so we can know what Ken Duong is about. Meaning people watching this might contact you. They might want to do business with you. What is something that they can see, okay, this is what he's about. What are your principles?
So I would say one of the core principles is about localization, right? Understanding that there's many talented Vietnamese attorneys who are from the US who are in Vietnam that can do legal work for you in your language.
Oh.
Localization.
Okay.
Right? So not against any non-Vietnamese speakers, but when a Vietnamese person who wants to invest in the US, there are options that you can speak to somebody in your language that knows the US law, that knows your culture. So it's really, I would say we premise one of our unique selling proposition is the ability to work with me as a US Vietnamese attorney who speaks, understands the culture of Vietnamese in Vietnam.
Right.
Where you don't need to go to America and to have that kind of service.
Amazing. So localization.
Localization, right? Another core principle, I think we've always about integrity.
Yes. I'm glad to hear that. Integrity is key. Yes,
right?
yes.
So California bar sets a very high standard for legal ethics that I abide by. However, my competition doesn't have to abide by the same level of scrutiny, and they're not afraid of losing their, you know, what I consider $200,000 worth of education and 15 years of experience to get that California bar license.
Right. So how do you navigate that? You know, because they don't have the same kind of level of that they have to reach and have to stand up to. How do you navigate that?
So you have to. For me here in the Vietnam market, I accept that I don't get all the clients or as many of the clients, but I charge a higher premium for my value. And now it's showing because when you always focus on just the money itself without the actual core talents, or you're outsourcing too much, then it's very easy and very flimsy house of cards you can just go under very quickly.
It's true.
Where we are long-term, longevity, we do what is right through integrity for the clients themselves. And I truly believe in karma.
I was going to say, you know, that'll come back to you.
Right, it'll come back. So we always say the one law you cannot change, and you don't know when it's going to come back, is karma. The law of karma.
Yes, brother. Yes.
So therefore, you should do what is right, even when no one is looking to sustain long term. I think that's the
Thank you, Daan, for saying that, because a lot of people think that they can get away doing bad things. I'm going to just be honest, dirty things, because no one is watching, no one is filming, but it'll always come back because somebody's watching. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give it a name. Someone is watching, and you get to do the right thing always. And if you do, your life will be abundant. Always. So I really think that you are describing the essence of your success, the essence of what brings you to where you are, and you get to always hold space for that, because you're holding space not just for you, Ken Duong. You're holding space for others who are going to follow you. What do you hope young people watching this today, because we have many in you who watch this, what do you hope for them to take from you? Your father to a 2-year-old son, your family? What kind of legacy do you want the young ones to take from what you're doing? Because let's do that. Let's give them a path to walk. What would you want?
I would always say that to live the best life you can live,
Yeah.
and at the pace that you can live it. And don't judge yourself by anybody else's pace or their success. Because you're right, you may be a 20-year-old that's never left the country. But then once you start traveling, you can be a 25-year-old that's gone to 10 different countries, that's lived places, right? You could be a 30-year-old who never traveled anywhere, but at 32, you've already traveled, lived, you've done a remote business.
Yeah.
So I think always try to be comfortable with the pace that you're growing at. And if something is not working in your city or your country or your state, don't be afraid to go open into a new place.
Amen.
Right?
Yes.
Don't say that, oh, I cannot find enough business here, or I can't find somebody that I love here, or it's just all these people. But really, are you in the right environment to find those people? And all of a sudden, you change the environment by moving to another city, another state, or another country. Then all of a sudden, you're like, wow, everybody's just like me. Right?
Yes, yes.
Growing in a very melting pot in the United States. But then coming here, I feel super comfortable. As an Asian man, as a Vietnamese man, I walk outside, I feel very comfortable in my skin every day.
That's good.
Right? So I think being able to change, especially now with globalization, I would always recommend identity is good, but you should also be a global citizen, because you will take care of the world as your own home.
That's right.
You don't litter, you don't trash it, you don't talk poorly about it. And that's kind of the main thing I raised my child to be, right? Why would I be here and let him know that his mom has an accent? And it's normal, because she didn't grow up in America. She doesn't have an English accent, she has a Vietnamese accent.
Right.
She's different than you, right?
Yeah.
And then, but why does she speak this other language that you're learning? Right? And why does a Asian-looking guy or a black-looking woman can speak Vietnamese or Spanish? When you can normalize that global lifestyle, everybody actually will be more respectful of each other. And then through that hard work, and you achieve your success in life.
And you just spoke the mantra of the Dom Jones Show. Bringing that unity on a global level. I love how you said being a global citizen. Not just I'm an American, you're an American, but we are also citizens, I say, of every other country, because we are all human and we're connected. So as we kind of look at the personal reflections, I know you're a family man. You said you just came from traveling and spending time with your family. How does time with your family support you in your business affairs? How does that really strengthen you to keep going? Yeah.
So this is learned from another person, and I think you live your life in a balance.
Yes.
And it says, and I believe it, I currently live by it, is 40% of your time should be focused on your family, your family's happiness, your family's safety, and your unity.
Yes.
30% should be on your business and making money. To make sure your family is comfortable and you can have that 40% with them. 20% should be on your health and your spirituality.
There you go.
You have to have that, because if you don't have that, you can't go make money and you can't support your family.
You guys know I say that all the time. Exactly.
Right, for yourself. Right, you gotta stay healthy, mentally, spiritually, physically.
Amen.
And then there's 10% that you need to keep for yourself. Right? We shouldn't have any secrets in life. But in reality, there are certain things that you've done that nobody else knows. And you don't want to let them know. Maybe it's 5%, maybe 3%. But your soul and your differentiation in this world is what you keep for only you and only you know. So I think that's also a small key to, and within that there's also entertainment. Do things that you love personally that may not be healthy. Right? Maybe you like to smoke cigars and drink whiskey. Maybe you just like to eat Kit Kats.
Yes, we all have a little vice. Yeah, it could be Kit Kats,
Kit Kats or
Ho-Hos or ice cream or
Twinkies or whatever it is. That does not add to your health, does not add to your family's happiness, does not make you money, but it just makes you feel good.
Yes. Yes. Right. I feel that way about Skittles. Skittles and
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the
right? So something just for you, maybe the way you do your hair, as well, right? Something you just do by yourself and you don't care if there's anybody else around.
That's right.
Like I was at Whitney Houston, right? Dancing in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Do your thing.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
I think you have to have that. to balance the 90% of what you need to do with your life as well.
Yes.
So I learned this from my friends and older gentlemen who have lived by this, and I believe that's true. When you feel maybe you're not putting 40% into your family, you should check yourself. Are you putting 40% into work or 50% to work? And I've had times where my health, I've herniated disc, I've been injured, too fat, things like that. And I can think, why am I keeping this 20%? Because I want to make sure that 40% family I will be there for my son as long as possible, for my wife as long as possible.
Yes.
So there's a real balance between those elements.
Yes.
Sometimes maybe too much entertainment. You're just sitting home eating a bunch of Skittles all day.
Exactly. Yep. Right. That's
Your
true.
health goes down,
That's
and
true.
then you don't go to work.
That's
It
true.
happens, or you get injured, you go to the hospital.
Yes.
So I think that balance is critically important in life. And
Yes.
I'm Buddhist,
Okay.
so I believe in
Dao Fa.
equilibrium. So Dao Fa, and I always believe in equilibrium. Whatever rises will become unarisen, and whatever is unarisen will rise.
Oh yes.
So therefore,
It's always that.
don't get too mad, right? And then do stupid things,
Right.
or don't be too depressed and do
Right.
stupid things, because they'll always get back to equilibrium. Try to stay as calm, and I always say, I am always the calmest person in any single room to make the best decisions possible.
And that is very important. I practice Buddhism myself. Đạo Phật là như quan trọng cho mọi người. Also, it's about Đạo Phật nói về bình an và hạnh phúc in your life, right? And I feel that it talks about detachment. You know what I mean? Don't get so attached to the outcome. And also detachment is suffering, dukkha, right? Yeah. So I appreciate that you do practice that. In line with that, as we close out this time together, everyone who interviews on the Dom Jones Show, I ask them to just really leave everyone with that final statement that you want them to walk away, because people often remember the last thing you say. So what is the last thing you want to share with our viewers? Dare I say, I think this has been a lovely time together. Many people will get to know you on a different way than maybe they've known you on a business level. So this is wonderful. What would you like to share with everyone as your last word on the Dom Jones Show?
Sure. Thank you.
Yes.
I would just say the one word I live by right now is mindfulness, which is just being present in the moment of everything you do, from eating to spending time with your family, to talking to Dom, to meeting people, to doing an interview. Regardless of whatever you're doing, don't think about the next thing you're going to do or thinking about what you just did. Just focus on the moment right now, and you will enjoy the flavors of the food, of the coffee, of the drinks. You see the smile in the people that you talk to. You see their emotions. And to be honest, that memory will be much more engraved, and you can retrieve it much more vividly if you are present in that moment. So I would say you'll be very successful in life, both physically, spiritually, and mentally, if you practice mindfulness every single day and in everything you do.
I love that. I love that so much. And you guys know, when I really believe in something, I like to put my hand to my heart. So Ken, if you can with me, put your right hand on your heart. And if we can together, we take a deep breath in. Let it out. Let's do that again together. Stay locked. Ready? Inhale. Let it go. And feel that connection. And feel that love that I have for you. And I feel the love you have for me. And the love we have for you. So, cảm ơn Ken Duong for being with me on the Chung Chin Dam Jones Show. I look forward to talking with you more. I look forward to further connections. And we look forward to all the wonderful things you will continue to do on a global scale, non-stop, as you create the legacy that you have already left and that you will continue to leave far behind when you are gone. Thank you, everybody. I wish you the best. I love you all. Tôi yêu các anh chị. And until we come together again, remember, sống cười yêu, live, laugh, and love. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.